All right, so we're diving deep today into something every project manager, really anyone trying to get things done, deals with those inevitable project hiccups. It's like a juggling act, right? Keeping all those tasks and deadlines in the air. And this deep dive is all about knowing how to handle those issues, keep everything from crashing down. And we're drawing insights from Orlando Casabon's book, Project Management for Project Managers, for this one.
Absolutely. Whether you're leading a team, contributing to a project, or just curious about the machinery behind getting things done, knowing how to identify and handle these different types of issues, that's a game changer. It's all about feeling more in control, less overwhelmed. And that's really what we're aiming for today.
So let's break it down. First up, those off-spec issues.
Right. Off specification. Basically, it means things aren't quite matching up to those agreed upon standards, those initial requirements.
Okay, so like, say you're building a website and everyone agreed it needs to load in under 3 seconds, but every time you test it, it's taking 5.
Exactly. That's a classic off-specification issue. It's not meeting that initial benchmark that you set.
And why is it so crucial to catch these early on?
Well, think about it. These deviations, they directly impact the quality of what you're delivering, and ultimately, your client's going to be unhappy. Catching them early prevents those small slip-ups from becoming big problems down the line.
Gotcha. So then there are those times when the plan itself needs a little tweaking. We're talking about those requests for change.
Precisely. Anytime someone suggests changing the project scope, maybe the timeline needs adjusting, even the resources allocated, that's a request for change.
Okay, so picture this. You're working on a software project, and suddenly the client decides they need an extra feature that wasn't part of the original plan.
There you go. Perfect example.
And if you're not carefully tracking those changes, I can see how things could easily spiral out of control. Missed deadlines, budgets blown.
It happens all the time. Tracking these requests lets you really evaluate the impact of each change. It's about getting those approvals, making informed decisions, and it provides a framework, to handle scope creep and keep those consequences of change in check.
All right, now on to the last one, problem or concern issues, which sounds a bit broader, a little more, I don't know, nebulous than the other two. What sorts of things fall under this umbrella?
Well, think of it this way. It's anything that could potentially throw your project off course. It could be an obstacle you see coming, a risk, even just a gut feeling that something isn't quite right.
So, for example, you might have a key team member suddenly unavailable, or you're worried a supplier might not deliver on time.
Exactly. It's all about picking up on potential problems early on, even if they haven't fully materialized yet.
And why is it so important to log even these less concrete issues?
Because being proactive is key. By actually logging those concerns, you have a much better chance of addressing them before they turn into major roadblocks. It's all about anticipating those negative impacts and taking steps to mitigate them.
Right, right. Okay, so just to recap, we've got off-specification issues where things aren't meeting the set standards, requests for change, where adjustments need to be made to the plan, and those problem or concern issues where we're spotting potential trouble on the horizon. So how does thinking about issues in these three distinct ways actually make managing projects, well, more manageable?
It's all about having a more focused approach,
Right.
tailoring your response to the specific type of issue you're dealing with. You can pull in the right people, implement those appropriate processes. It makes communication clear and prevents those minor worries from festering until they become full-blown crises.
So to sum it all up, we've covered off-specification issues, dealing with deliverables that don't meet requirements, request for change issues, which are about managing changes to the project plan, and finally, problem or concern issues, which involve identifying and tracking potential issues that might crop up.
And by understanding and actively keeping tabs on these three different categories, you're putting yourself in a much stronger position to tackle any project that comes your way, ensuring a smoother process and ultimately better results all around.
Absolutely. And here's a final thought to consider. By consciously recognizing and classifying the issues that inevitably pop up, you're not just reacting, you're taking control and proactively shaping how your project unfolds. For a deeper dive into these concepts and a whole lot more on the art of project management, I highly recommend checking out Orlando Casabon's book, Project Management for Project Managers.